We are back. New week. Spring day. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Before You Weekend. Happy Friday. As you know, it was spring day last week, and it has been good and fun. I'm with my friends, Calvin and Ellen. How you guys doing?
What it was happening.
Awesome, man. Delicious.
You guys know people really enjoyed last week's recording. I had
fun recording it.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was
Yeah.
dope.
I had like 4 personal messages like, by the way, that was your guys' best recording. I was like, oh,
Wow,
you guys watch
really?
like that?
Oh, hectic.
Yeah.
Hectic. TK, is this stuff from your pocket?
Yeah, hey. You don't see this, right? Yeah, but it was fun. It was fun. We got to get that tea in. We were drinking tea. As you know, we are people of the soil, so I can't say what else we drink.
It's tea, my brother. That's all you need to say.
Where do you guys want to start? Because it's an interesting week. It's a lot of politics going on. A lot of blame game is going on in that scene. So I don't know where you guys want to start.
What are you talking about now?
First of all, we can start with the manifesto review. Did you guys know about see that?
No.
So over the weekend, ANC had, I don't know where this event was. I caught it last minute. I caught it today. So I'm a few days behind. So please correct me in the comments if you have more information. In this review, they basically compare what they said they were going to do in 2019 to now. And if you guys remember, is her name Mamokhet, the chancellor of UC, former chancellor of UCT?
Yes, yes.
She was at this conference and she asked President Cyril. In 2019, you promised there would be 2 universities. There's no universities, and then she kept going on. But okay, maybe I should start here. In the manifesto, they said there's going to be two new universities in 5 years. There's going to be
2 new universities.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they said 1 million jobs. There's 1 million jobs, 1 million houses. Correct me, guys. I forgot what the third big promise was. So they asked, looking at everything you promised, what has been accomplished? And literally,
Did he respond?
he blamed apartheid.
Wow.
Which that's the new campaign. There's 3 articles that came out this week where leaders are saying the reason why the railways aren't working, reason why we've got electricity issues, reason why the university things are working or the town planning things are working is because of apartheid. They literally said that on the mic. Apartheid did this to us. We're 29 years into democracy, and that's what they're going with. I feel like in 2024 we have to vote with a vengeance. If your parents are old school, kidnap them and lock them away. Like this is we're not angry enough. Like guys.
Like, I feel like that's so lazy.
Very.
That's so lazy. In at least 20 years, and I always say this, Dubai is only 30 years old, guys. It's only 30. That's 30 years of progress.
Mm.
We in 28, 29?
29.
That's cap, bro.
Yeah.
Also, this is the same country that built how many stadiums in like 8 months?
Good point.
It's the same country that built the Gautrain
Yeah.
in...
First.
Just
4
before the World
months.
Cup.
Come on now.
Priorities.
Come on. That's
It
just-
ain't one.
Man.
Education, not one.
This is-
Electricity, not one.
But wait, come back to that second university. Do we need another university?
I don't think we have enough.
You don't think we have enough?
I remember when I went to university, the first speech they said was, "Do you know in South Africa only 12% of people get the chance to study?"
But is that based on...
Is that
based on
financially
capacity? Yeah.
or just there's no space?
Space.
Space.
Lecturers don't care about families' finances. That's the last thing on their minds.
I don't think it's space.
I do think it is. We do have a space problem, but not as big as the financial problem.
100%.
Because we're going to get the space, and then what are we going to do with it? It's going to
100%.
be like those hospitals that we can't use because there's no money or whatever. If we get the money for the children to go to school, then we can talk about the space thing. Rather have chock-a-block classes than there's class but nobody to attend. Yeah.
But I mean, with the Chancellor of UCT, with the progress she's made within UCT already, and we understand with UCT it's Cape Town, so it's very white dominated. You got the Stellenbosch mafia who's operating there. It's a weird environment there.
We just
Am I saying problematic
we
things, guys?
we just come here.
I'm saying what we all know.
No.
The views of TK Masiva are not the views of this show.
Please. You guys should know by now. We have nothing to do with what he says.
No, people know TK. People
They
say
know.
like, nah.
If you want to have a meeting with
TK
me,
was wild.
let's have it. Cash me outside. How about that?
Wow. Mafia and catch you outside. Ah, bro.
But it's this is the thing though. Like she's made so much progress, and she's trying to fight for low-income households to get the advantage or opportunity to study, and it's not her job, calling or role to even do that. I don't even know if it's the government's role, but surely they should play a pivotal role in making that happen. And it's sad that 4-5 years into this, a year before democracy, no progress has been made at all.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about lowering fees.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
We're at the same place. We're at the same place that we started at. Like it's such a terrible concept. But also, I mean, at the same time, it's like it's the concept of like the progress of whether you're talking like, you know, fees or infrastructure or the problem is like everything is so intertwined that you can't just fix one department.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I think that's the concept and theory that we thought and like how that's how it works. But you can't, like, whether you throw in like crime or like GBV or it's all intertwined.
yeah.
And so it's like, as a country, you have to move, not as a department, not as a ministry there.
Yeah.
Like the Minister of Mama they must fix
Yeah.
whatever the case is.
Mm.
And I think that's also where the issue is, like one pulls and then the other don't. Then when
Yeah.
they change here and then the other pulls and the other one decides not to pull.
Yeah.
No one's pulling at the same time.
I mean, to your point, the one thing that's sad to see is when someone comes in with a drive and this ambition, you can see there is something they've done ABC before getting set position, and when they get it, everything stops. Who's a good example? I mean, but he was quite consistent. Chief Justice Mogoeng. We all loved him because he was a person of integrity.
Most
I thought
definitely.
he should have been the president, like the next president, because like everything points to him. Like this
For
guy,
sure.
there's something really sharp about this guy.
Yeah, he's just not friends with any of the guys.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's what it hung on. Like, oh, it's who you know and who actually likes you. But it's disappointing to see that 4 years in and 29 years into democracy, nothing's changed. Like they said, okay, you guys said this. You said 1 million jobs. Could you at least get 500,000? No.
Yeah. I think even that, like, at least have some sort of progress.
Yeah.
Like, not even. We've probably, in the past, I don't know how long the president's been the president, but we've probably raised so much money, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like, so much. Let alone, we're not even talking about how much the country is made. We're not even talking about that. Just money that has been given to the country.
Yeah. Not loaned, not given.
No, okay, loaned,
Yeah.
loaned. Fair enough.
Every time they say that
No,
on the
which
news,
is fine,
we
but-
received billions. We loaned billions.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a system that works in every country. Interesting fact: financial system can't work without loans. That's just how it is. It's created like that.
Explain.
Yes, the financial system cannot work without a credit line or loans being put out. Meaning, we cannot have a financial system as successful, quote unquote, as it is, without a country owing another country. Because it's almost like if you take it back to like your banking system, and you slightly put me on the spot because I've got to like say this thing correctly, but I'm going to give a direction of it so that I'm not had in the comments, pretty much. But the direction of it is almost like a bank, right? We put like 1 million, let's just say, as people into the bank. The success of the bank is not because of the money that we've given. It's because of the money that it's loaned and it's supposed to get back, and then the money that it puts into investments, quote unquote, whether the stock market or assets or whatever the bank then owns. That's where the bank makes money. The bank doesn't make money from us giving it money into our accounts. That's the misconception about how that works. So a country also doesn't necessarily make money from, your GDP, etc., isn't just successful because of how much you generate and make per se. It's also that aspect as well of how much is due to you as a country. Does that make sense? Hence why like we kind of like get shocked at like the numbers that get said at the sauna, Like how do you guys have a budget like
Yeah,
that, and like
yeah.
you know, stuff like that. Well, according to the economic standing, the technicality of it, it makes sense, yes. And you're like, as people, we're like such a small factor in the whole equation. And that's why it's like
Yeah.
you paying tax doesn't really matter,
Yeah.
you know. But you got to do it so that everything looks right.
Mm.
You've got to put in money
Yeah.
into the bank so that it looks right, so that some of the money is justifiable, quote unquote, right? But not really.
Yeah.
That's why right now, as a country, nothing's moved, but so much money has been moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's
makes
still
so
the
much
same
sense.
since
Yeah.
he became president. But so much money has run through this country. It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just because it's a whole nother. It's like it's independent from the factor that the main factor that the system is created for, which is people. The financial system works independent from us by actual fact. Yeah, story for another day, I guess.
Interesting. Really interesting.
Okay, this is what this is. I'm gonna pivot here, and I'm taking weird left. But I want to ask, and probably Ellen, I think I have to start with you here, before I get to Calvin, because I think him and I will probably might have the same answer here.
Okay.
When you're with a guy,
Yeah.
and another guy calls you, what goes through your mind, and how do you handle that call?
That's a good question.
Also, if you hear like whatever gender you are, it's they, them.
Be careful what you say.
I'm thinking.
I want to hear how do you guys, because it's weird.
Figuring it
I think
out.
we all have this weird response when it's like, oh,
Give me time.
it doesn't matter who the girl is. It's just, and I guess time is also a factor. So I want to know, in your situation, have you been in a situation like that? And if not, what's your response?
Like, I mean, I mean, you know, what does this have to do?
Terrible question.
It's a horrible question. There's no way I can give an answer to this without quite recently implicating myself.
You
As
can.
in, very
What is it?
recently.
Bring back an old file.
What is the
It's
fifth,
not old.
the Fifth Amendment?
The fifth,
I'd
I
like
plead the
to-
fifth.
I'd like to
Yeah.
plead that.
I
But why do
plead
we
the
all do
fifth.
that? Even if the call's
Okay,
innocent.
okay.
No,
what do
fly
what do
and-
women do?
I fly from landing. Upon landing at this place or restaurant or wherever, I'm on flight mode.
Oh, you do that already?
Yeah. Already. So there's two phones, right? So
Which is
here.
rare for a female to have two phones.
No, but
Yeah, I
this is
mean-
this is makes sense,
I mean,
right?
you understand?
So any
You understand?
Thank
I mean,
you.
standard
There we
be-
go. It's
standard
people who are
practice, you
busy.
know?
Standard
Yeah, busy
practice,
people
right?
have.
We are busy.
You understand?
Any emergencies here. This one, flight mode. We are flying here. If you need me urgently, you'll find me here. Anybody that is going to cause me any inconvenience will not find me here. Do you understand? So I don't have to explain myself in any way because there's no calls coming through anyway.
Colin?
What's the question? What's the question, my brother?
I think what I'm trying to say is,
You
why
know?
do we, as human beings, even if it's even if it's an innocent chat, even if it's an innocent, like a person everyone's familiar with, why do we all go? Oh, there's like a little thing in the back of your neck that goes, not now.
When they call you with
When
your
they- yes.
with your partner or the
Yes.
right? And they're the opposite sex.
Yeah.
Or yeah. I don't know. Like it's just what it looks like. 9 out of 10. Right? But this is a conversation like I've had with my friends, and I'm like, it's the reason why like women get away with like
Yeah.
the cheating thing so like so often. Let's use that word. Like a woman will answer. Helen's a different conversation right about now. She gave you guys a different tactic, but okay, let's keep moving.
Came with 8 phones.
A woman will answer the call from another guy, whether or not it's the other guy or just the dude that's in the cut, I guess.
Yeah.
She'll answer the call as if it's regular.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I don't know. Just a little bit busy right now. Yeah. Or you want to shoot me a text? Or let me call you back. Or whatever. It'll sound so regular
Yeah.
that even you are just, you're just so relaxed. You there, you just like, yeah, okay. She's making sure that she's spending time with me. You feel me? Yeah. But it doesn't raise a flag the way it's done. It's so smooth. I've watched it happen. I've intentionally taken note this one time that, okay, I know that this is another guy or whatever, and I want to see what this interaction looks like. And it's so normal. But when you do it, that's the thing with guys.
Yeah.
Our brain glitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our brain glitches. The first thing that comes to the front is where this person sits in your ecosystem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you see, this is where the problem. That's why guys will always get caught out.
Yeah.
Always. Because of this. Because now everything's been fine until you got this call. Why did you glitch, my brother?
Yeah.
So
Why
you
are you
go
stuttering now?
You go, She's watching you glitch. Then you go, yeah, man, these work people, man. I'm gonna call them back. You glitched, my brother. Because normally when Calvin calls you, you go, I'll call Calvin back.
Yeah.
You don't glitch.
Yeah.
That's the thing with guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Niggas glitch.
Yeah, I think it's terrible. I think the best way to navigate it is to normalize hearing certain names around your partner. If the name sounds normal, then it's like, oh, okay, it's whatever. Unless it's like a random 11 p.m. call, it's like, why is that person calling you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they don't hear that name and they see Bianca,
Yeah. I think generally speaking, sorry. I think for me, like, I like what you said there. Like, you normalize certain individuals. I think that is a thing, you know, to speak on certain names as so that it's common, like, you know, that this person. But I have a general rule, and this probably helps me not be in certain situations. After 8, I consider which name pops up when I get a call, but after 10, I don't pick up calls. So it doesn't matter who it is or whatever. But also, I think in general, I just take a call when, like, in the hours of when I'm awake till 8 o'clock, I'll take the call and I'll navigate it how I need to. I think it's the part where you avoid certain calls. Another person's calling you 3 times and you're avoiding that call. And there's no need for you to avoid it.
Yeah.
That's a hell of it.
Yeah. This happened to me a long time, like quite a long time ago. I get a call at night. I'm with my partner. I can see this is an international number. So in my head, I'm just thinking, oh, it's probably a connect of a connect. But when I say, hi, who is this? Who am I speaking to? And my tone always changes, especially if I don't know the number. So I kind of sound, what's the word? I don't want to say rude, but like,
if you don't know the person,
like,
you just like, yo, who's
hi,
this?
who am I speaking to? What do you need? What are you trying to sell me?
Yeah.
And like, hi, is this TK? Hi, how are you? I just thought about you now, and I just want to say I miss you. I don't even know who this person is. I've never heard this voice. Do you know how my hand was quivering? Who is this? And I was trying to think, did I miss around? Was I too drunk one night? Why do I not know this voice?
That's why your hand is quivering. Also, because it's not because of you don't know who the person is that's calling, or what you may have done. It's because you want to see how you can salvage what is still on the phone while not messing up what is in the room.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why you guys start shaking, because you're not just scared of the person that's there. Yeah. You want to save what is potentially going to happen here. So even if you don't know her, you still like, how do I save this without messing up this? Yeah. That is your people's problem.
Yes, and they don't save this. They save this.
Yeah.
We'll deal with this later. Yes. I get that. That's good. Allah, that's very good.
I want to keep them all.
It's maybe because you're hoping that the person next to you is not hearing.
I was about to say that listen, the latest phone right now is loudspeaker or normal speaker. We can all hear the call. Like, hey, like it's heard over there.
I have a disclaimer in every relationship. And it's actually true. I have more guy friends than I have girlfriends, right? So I think in total I've got like 3 girlfriends. And then there's my sister. So then there's just 4 females in my life. Only 4. everybody else is a guy, right? So that is what I come into. I'm like, I've got a whole lot of guy friends. They understand the boundary. They're not going to, overstep. But I've got a lot of guys that are calling me. And trust, most of them are friends.
Do you brief, if you're on a date, do you tell them, listen, I have to give you a heads up in case this relationship does go somewhere? A lot of my friends are guys. Do you say that? Or they're going to just find out?
I mean, they are on a need-to-know basis also.
It's a need-to-know basis. So when this thing is going somewhere, then I let them know. And then I let them know which guys I actually talk to for long periods of time. So, for example, I've got a friend, Nigel, and we can go like 2 hours on the phone. But between Nigel and I, when he's in a relationship or I'm in a relationship, we don't talk. And it's not because there's anything there, but just because of
There's
the type of relationship that we have, it's going to be difficult to now explain why I was on the phone with a guy for 2 hours, And it wasn't even something that we discussed prior. It just happened. And I said to him, do you realize that when either of us are in a relationship, we hardly even talk? And he's like, oh, yeah. Do you have a problem? I'm like, no, I don't have a problem. It's just nice how we've worked our way around that.
You guys
So,
yes, there's respect.
There's
respect for each other. There's a high level of respect, actually.
But
I think because a lot of people struggle with that.
Yeah.
And now, because it's that thing of, quote unquote, the social conversation of like the male bestie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I always say like, I don't have the issue with the male friend or male friends. I have an issue with boundaries.
Yes.
Okay.
Respectfully.
Yes.
Right? Because as soon as you're in a relationship, the dynamics have changed.
Yeah.
They have. So I am in the room.
Yeah.
And she's let me into the room.
Yeah.
Right? And not that I'm forcing there's a difference between a guy forcing himself into a room versus I've been put in this room.
Yeah.
Now, for you to want to come in and still continue to be that guy in the room, it's very disrespectful. Very.
100%.
And yeah, I've been in conflict situations like that. And it's also, I think, having been in quite a few of them, it's the reason why I'm also probably not as insecure as people would think I am, I guess. I like the jealousy thing, the insecurity thing. I don't tread there. Because also I read guys very well.
Yeah.
I read that situation very well off the top. And I address conflict. We don't need to act like this shit is not happening or whatever the case is. Like, so yeah, I think that's very dope. It's very respectful. A lot of people don't do that.
Yeah. Which brings us to the next question. This episode actually has a lot of questions. Where is the worst place to have sex, but you did it anyway?
TK, my mother watches the show.
I feel like it's a great question. Mom, I hope you're watching. Listen to your son. Reminder, he is 30. So,
Wow, TK. Yo, like, no.
Yeah, where's the rest of
Well,
where's the
go
rest
then,
of
Calvin.
sex? And you did it anyway.
Let's go.
Because I feel like we all relate to something. You're like, you knew this. You shouldn't do it here. Like, there's rocks right next. What?
You know what? I'm too OCD for a lot of places. Comfort, OCD, it's a whole thing. So there's a lot of like crazy weird places I've probably never. I think because I rattled through, right? It's all comfortable. It's nothing out of pocket. Never in a situation where it's like you made it happen. Type of thing, because that's like pretty much what what you're going for. Like, I have a friend of mine, and he's probably gonna watch this. He had a situation in a park. He was with he was with this person and whatever, and they're hanging out and chilling. And I think the chats just got a little bit hard, and they ended up somewhere by a tree and all of that.
By a tree?
Yeah, like big tree, maybe on the side, because traffic is on this side, so we sit on this side. I remember him telling the story, and I was just shook. I don't remember the details. I was just shook at the fact that my boy. In public, live.
Yeah, no. I think that takes the cake. What? I'm trying to do the math. Like, how? Because how are you getting it up? And like there's so many things.
No, look. Like there are a lot of things that are possible. Like it's possible.
So he said, around the tree.
They probably had a conversation, and I think 8 out of 10 in that situation, she's suggesting it.
You think so?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, we're gonna admit.
I believe that. I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Y'all can tell me your opinion.
I
because think about it. Like you're definitely not suggesting something that wild. In the case that she goes, "You're crazy, bro," and then she goes, "He's weird."
Good point.
And then she says, "I'm out."
Okay.
Great point. Okay.
So for you to do that as a guy, it's because she suggested that.
Because this gender's gonna go, you a creep.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell my friends right now. You know what? It's not enough. Instagram.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Like you're getting a thread about, guys, let me tell you about this.
Story
We went
time.
to story time. So the only time we do it, and as guys, because it's sex, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We're doing
I'm
it.
hot anyway. Let's use it.
exactly.
That's
Exactly.
what happens. Ladies, in case you don't know, that's what happens to the mind. I'm hard. Just not put it to waste. You gotta shrug your shoulders at the end.
I was gonna say that I don't move like that. And generally I don't. I actually don't. I'm in my head too much. Don't. So yeah, don't do it. Don't say it. Don't go there. I'm just in my head too much. So I don't generally do it. But when he brought up the park thing, it reminded me of a time when I almost got arrested.
Ooh.
Granted, it was in the car, ne?
Okay.
But we weren't doing anything untoward. It was hot and heavy because the windows were steamed, right? And stupid me, well, I didn't really know, but there was a police station like 1-2 away from that park.
Wow.
We were there, And it was just, and all of a Sunday at Torchlight, I was like, oh my word. And when you're trying to maneuver and not be seen all at the same darn time.
You see, I've never had anything like that.
I've had that moment before. Not having sex. It was getting there.
It was
But
getting
until
there,
the
yeah.
spotlight- Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird because then they ask stupid questions.
They don't care. It's the fact, and that was the reason. You see, this is the reason why I don't want to be in parks and why I don't want to be in public. This is stupid, because that's what I said afterwards. I was like, I told you something was going to happen.
You're in your
But-
early 20s, ne?
Nah.
Last
Wow.
week.
Wow. Guys, there's hotels, there's Airbnb,
No.
there's a...
We had gone to the park for a picnic. It started to rain.
Sure.
No, definitely not. Don't say sure. Like, I believe you.
Okay.
Right? It started to rain. But it was still early in the day and we didn't want to go home. So we moved to the car.
Then the car can get you to the location you need to.
No, because no.
True.
She said
True.
no.
I don't do
It's,
that.
well, the funny part of that is where the policeman goes, "What are you doing?
Yeah,
You can't see.
They asked.
You can't see. Why are you here?
Oh.
You know what's going on. Go back."
What are you doing?
Yeah, no.
And the reason I asked that question is because of the Kanye West and his wife situation, where they got banned off the. It's called, I don't know what that boat is called, but they got banned off all Venice boats forever because the wife was caught giving Kanye West a blowjob.
No, not
I
the
thought it
wife
was just
caught.
her that was banned. I didn't know.
I
that's
think
why I said
that whole thing is so stupid. That whole thing is so stupid because I'm just like, it has nothing to do with anything. It's like they are a couple that's very sexually active and they did their thing and now somebody took a picture and said, "Oh my gosh, Kanye." I'm just like, so what?
If you own a restaurant and you hear people having sex in your bathrooms, that's going to affect the experience of your restaurant.
We're assuming that the guy driving the boat didn't give consent. You're assuming.
That video footage looks weird and awkward.
There's no video footage.
There is video footage.
There's a video.
There's videos from different angles.
Aye.
You can see.
Video.
You can see.
Is he telling the guy like What is he?
You can see Fanika on his phone and he's turning. He's not trying to look at them. He just keeps turning. He keeps looking over them.
It's
He's
like
looking there and then looks
Fanika
there.
driving.
I can't tell what he's doing because he's near the steering wheel, but like I think it's stationed.
Okay.
Kanye in his COVID-19 black outfit.
Most definitely.
You could see I don't know what he's doing because like either his blowjob's bad or you trying to check the coast. Because that's like if you're getting it good, surely you're gonna go. There's a
relief.
They're
relief
gonna
in
do
your
what now?
face.
They're gonna do what? They're gonna say what? Because that's very important, right? To women. And last week somebody said, "What do you people want? First, you want us to be, you guys want us to be verbal." I said, "No, there's a difference between being loud and being verbal, right?" And we need that. We need the feedback, right? So this is the reason why you don't do it in public places, because you are busy checking coast instead of enjoying the moment. So I don't get the right feedback from you, right? So
it depends, I think, because like sometimes that is the whole thing, the fact that we're in public.
yeah, no.
Or is that euphoria of almost being caught?
Yeah, I don't have.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
I really don't get it.
I don't
You are
I
caught
don't
and then
have
what?
it.
You go to
Guys,
jail.
don't keep
Public
saying-
indecent.
No.
Some people
I'm
out
not.
there like that's the
No,
thing.
I'm not.
for
I'm not king.
them.
Yeah, I'm not king shaming. I'm just saying like I don't have that. I know that that's the concept psychologically, and when I did it, that's what I was trying to check if I have. I
Yeah.
don't have that whole thing of, yo, we might get caught, so this is exciting. No, I prefer not to get caught. I
Yeah.
prefer like to be in a place where I can do what I want to
Yeah.
do, type of thing.
It must be the weirdest thing to like get off the boat and just wrap up like it's too late now. We lost all respect. Like it's done.
No, maybe because I'm biased about Homeboy a little bit.
Maybe.
That's possible because I just felt like, okay, what? Like niggas do that stuff all the time, but maybe in Italy there's a different culture. Maybe on those boats there's a different culture, which that's a whole thing for sure.
I mean, it's still public indecency.
Yeah, but when it comes to this part of the subject, we do it. But now all of a sudden we want to talk public indecency just because it's Kanye. You don't want to talk public indecency when you say, Vanna, when you get home, you're like, there's these guys in the passage, the guy had the girl bent over there. Everybody was doing it wrong and you're laughing about it.
Yeah.
That's not public. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's that for me. It's like,
Yeah.
well, is that the first time you guys are seeing? It's not. It's a conversation. People do that because it's a sexual kink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
First
you
to
can just
post.
imagine that though that's happening often and someone, at least 1 out of 5 are spotting somebody actually doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought it was ridiculous and a waste of conversation.
To answer my own question, the thing is, I have a feeling they watch.
Yeah, but we don't know who they are.
Have you had sex in an Avanza? In an Avanza?
You can barely even sit comfortably in an Avanza. So
Well, when-
how are you?
There's so much-
When the seats are down.
The seats are down. Oh,
and it's
bang.
it's an Avanza used for public transport. So you know the shocks aren't shocking. Everything's just moving. I hope this is not the episode she's watching.
Avanza.
Yeah.
Wow, but that's equivalent to like a car. Pretty much. You guys are the same.
Baby girl,
Locations, everything.
send me a DM. Let me know. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Just let me know.
It was worth it.
No, I think
You
the car
can't say
thing is
anything.
the car thing is the same, and that's not so wild. That's probably more common than you think it is.
There's details I'm
No,
omitting.
which is fine. You just said location. We don't need details, my brother.
Okay.
No one, you didn't
Good.
ask for details. No one's giving details. Location, Avanza. It's car. It falls under car. That's it. It falls under car.
Yeah, we'll say that. Okay, let's talk about the first. I was gonna say the 3 exploiters, but we have to break it down into 2 different pieces. Oprah and The Rock asking for donations regarding the Maui fires. In case you guys don't know, Oprah she hailed the richest black woman right now in the world. I thought she's in the list, but I didn't know she's number 1.
No,
I saw someone say that. I was like, I don't know if that's
No,
true.
there's probably some lady in Africa that's number 1.
Oh yes, she owns some oil thing. I saw some name.
Oil
some
money,
Nigerian lady.
oil money will always top TV money.
Yeah.
Always.
But it was weird that on social media, her and The Rock are standing there and they go, yeah, this fire is whatnot, we need your help, donate money. So, of course, everyone in the comments was like, Oprah, you're a billionaire. And she said, I gave 2.5 million. You're a billionaire. There is a difference. Oh, man. I don't think
Do
she
you know what
realized.
Do you know what I've stopped doing? I've really stopped like trying to like dictate how wealthy or rich people must spend their money. Because who says they really care? And who says they have to give a cent?
But okay, so maybe
It's like KFC and they 2 rand. No, brother, we don't want to give 2 rand.
okay, but
Because you have to give 2 rand.
okay, but what's maybe making the situation worse is the fact that people are saying for some reason these fires are only affecting poor people in Maui. All the elites haven't been touched by this natural disaster that's affecting the entire island. It's only affecting the poor people, which is a weird notion, right? Like, how is it that the only people aren't affected are people who have mansions there? And it's the Bransons, the Tyler Perrys. The Tyler Perry also has a house there. The Rock, I don't know what The Rock has, but I'm assuming it's maybe a heritage thing because he's Samoan or something. I forgot what his name is.
For sure.
I forgot who else. I think they said Will Smith also owns a house there. Like they mentioned all the celebrities who own houses in that island. None of those houses were touched by the fire. Only poor people. So people saying that doesn't make sense.
You know what? I don't know.
Wait.
Ellen, maybe you have a better opinion
No.
on this than I do.
There's no way we can't say that's not weird if it's affecting the entire island and only a certain sect isn't touched.
Yeah, okay, but also technicality. Like, if Alex catches on fire, doesn't mean Santon's going to catch on fire, even though they're next to each other.
Why is that?
No, but you can't say they're making sure that the fire. Okay, must they wait for the fire to get to Santon,
jump
then
now.
only stop it?
Oprah has a lot of land there.
No. My question though, if a fire breaks down in Alex, must we wait for it to get to Santon first, then so that
Before
it's
we
fair
say-
to balance because equality?
So maybe not. But the question still remains is how is it that only one side is affected?
Because that's where the fire is.
It's a natural disaster, apparently.
No, but it's still a natural
Yeah,
disaster.
it's still
but
yes.
due to proximity and the way things just are, it just
Yeah.
happens to be concentrated in a certain place.
That's all.
It hasn't jumped
Guys.
Grayston to come this
Yeah.
side. You see? We are still that side. There. It's coming.
Okay, so maybe I should make the story worse. They said donate in this link. The citizens on that island have, so you guys know how American finances work, like the PayPals, the Venmos.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
People who were, I guess, victims of the natural disaster, they were saying, can you please help us? Here's a link. Send donations straight to me, whatever. Open them and saying, no, go
Everybody
through
had a
my-
link?
Well, those who did do that, who were on socials, they said, please help us. So, but there was a high
Okay.
number of people who did that. Oprah and The Rock are going, no, use this link, put money in this organization. And I think that's where people got a bit uncomfortable. Like, no, but we can help these people who are struggling right now. And ironically, on social media, on TikTok and Instagram, the people are asking for help with those links. Those links got removed, not by themselves, by the actual platform. And that's what made it weird. Like, okay.
Okay. I
This
was
is
waiting
getting
for
weird
it
now.
Okay, now that's weird. Okay. Now
So the only
that's
person who can
weird.
have a link is Oprah and The Rock. But if you're a
Yeah.
person whose
Yeah.
house just got burned down, you can't have the link.
That's very weird.
Maybe. But because
okay.
they've got an organization, perhaps, right? There's an organization. Because now, if they are now, 5 people in this room, right? And Sia's house is not burnt, but it's close to. And then he comes online and he's like, guys, please just help. Natural disaster. I'm in trouble. And he stands with the background of things going down.
Of Kelvin's house.
Of Kelvin's house. And he gives you a link. So now every Tom, Dick, and Harry is going to have a link. And it's just link. How do you control that? No? So you give him 100,000.
Is the guy who stole from Woolies during the riot and then went into his Mercedes Benz with the stuff.
That's a good analogy.
Right, exactly.
I get you. Okay.
So you need to have, we're not saying that all, because we know this, that you have an organization and then the money goes missing. We know this happens, right? But it doesn't make sense for me to have money put in, because who do I choose to help? Then do I say, guys, let's see a picture of your houses. Let's see what you lost. And then out of that 5, I then decide who I want to help by, just looking at how bad the damage is or what they've lost. It doesn't make sense that way. Rather have, unless it is a organization that they just started as nobodies and that was taken down. But if it's a personal one-on-one kind of thing, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, I get Ellen's point. It's the conversation of kind of removing the scam,
For safety.
space.
Yeah.
Okay,
accountability.
I fully get that. I think there's two ways about it though, and I'm gonna tie this in with the issues at Hawaii. The people of Hawaii said we're putting on social media, do not come to Hawaii because these hotels are taking water from the citizens and just prioritizing just the hotels. So now the rest of the people aren't getting water. Already with that kind of approach to how to work a town, that's a bit dodgy. And Maui and Hawaii aren't too far apart. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to turn the Maui island into an elite island. Burn everything down, move everyone to Hawaii, and it's just an elite island. I feel like that's part of the plan. Give it 10 years and you'll just see mansions when you get to the island. That's my concern.
Okay.
Like, oh, this is dodgy. Because there's connections. You can't separate the two.
Conspiracy theory, guys.
Week in, week out, there's something new. Like, there's just something.
It's a weird year, guys. I think our eyes are more open.
It's sounding like COVID is back vibes. Hashtag COVID's back.
They released the 4th album.
My question is, where did it go?
COVID's still here. There's a new album.
Yeah, I get it. They said it's back. My question was, where did it go? If it's back.
If it's back.
If it's back, where did it go? So it took a break. It said, okay, going for a 2-hour break. I'll be back. Rubbish.
You feel like there's a conspiracy there?
No, COVID is a whole conspiracy, bro.
Ish, I don't know. Are we allowed to speak about COVID on YouTube?
No, we can't actually. We should stop right here. Yeah.
It's a weird thing every time it comes up.
Let's change the name.
Mary.
Mary.
Yeah, let's call her Mary.
We're going to call it Mary now.
Yeah. The reason why you call her Mary, because even in the Bible, Mary means rebellion. Come on now.
I think some of the Christians go heavy. Mary, Jesus' mother.
Yes, Mary means rebellion, by the way.
Oh my gosh. So, Bill Gates spoke about Mary like years before it happened, which is already like just weird.
Yeah.
Like, how are you speaking about something so hectic years before? And the crazy thing is, when you watch the clip when he talks about it, he says, for example, if something like Mary happens, this and this.
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, why would you say that? And then he's like, in the next years, things like that have a higher chance of then happening. Then it happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, there are guys sitting in a room that decided.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. I agree with that.
For sure.
There is something weird about it.
Because even how the whole outbreak of where it started, I know we're going down the road, but it's like, it started in China, Nope. I think it was taken there so that's the narrative.
Yeah.
Because obviously, those guys, the red and blue guys, don't like the Chinese peoples. So the theory works out. It works out nicely.
Yeah.
And now we're all saying,
Yeah.
Chinese people, blah, blah, again, it's them again, with these sicknesses and the masks and whatever. And it's like, no, they never had that. They had other issues, which was created by those guys.
Yeah.
Because of a atomic bomb that was dropped in that side of
they
the
had pollution
world.
issues, yeah.
They had pollution issues,
Yeah.
hella. So, yeah, it's back from where, guys? Where did it go?
But I think I love the. Can I use the word dispensation? The dispensation we're in right now as a world, especially Africa, because remember what we said last week. I think I said it last week. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to use what's happening in Gabon and Niger as a reason to make war justifiable. The president of France, he's upset at the fact that Gabon says all of you need to leave now.
Yeah, but
And now they're trying to rally up a gang. It's gang right now.
Yeah, but they do. And my question to homeboy in France is like, but it's not your house.
Yeah.
You need to ask for permission
Yeah.
for your people to stay.
Yeah.
So when you're forcing somebody to stay in someone else's house, where?
Yeah.
So, okay, everybody come back. Or let me come over. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Can my guy stay? What do you want?
Yeah.
I think it's
You
because-
get me?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want? What are you looking for?
How can we fix this?
How can we fix this? Because my people is comfortable in your house right now.
Yeah.
What do you need? Okay, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let me go speak about it with the other household and see if we can get you that so that they can stay. Otherwise, if I'm saying I can't give you that, then okay, cool. Let's send the first flights. Everybody must leave and then we'll sort it out while everybody's back
After.
at their houses.
Yeah.
But now that's been the whole, and it's the culture that
the entitlement.
It's the culture that the other country kind of like put in place.
Yeah.
And I actually need to be careful and not say that country's name because I am applying for a visa. That other countries, they made that a norm to kind of bully people into doing stuff. And if we continue on the energy that everybody's on, to just be like, yo, like as a continent.
Now. Yeah.
If as a continent
Not
we
even
say
just as a continent, there's even India. India said, we want to change our name.
Yeah, no, of course. Like Asia as well as the BRICS setup.
Yeah.
You know? I'm just like, if as a continent and with the only thing is that, to really be honest, I also do feel like it's convenient for all the other continents too. I do feel that way.
What do you mean?
Like, it's not between China and Russia, they're the next superpower.
Yeah.
So
well,
when
Russia's already a first world country.
when the coin turns over, only on God, they don't move like this previous superpower.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you get me? Like right now, it's convenient for us to all kumbaya and have our hands together, right? And especially because, you know, China likes to act like they're not really doing much when they're doing a hell of a lot, right? So, for me, I'm like, it's that thing of when we're even talking about like family. Like my whole thing about family is that we should cultivate the family chat, because regardless of where you go in the world, you'll always have these people you can always come back to, whether you've spoken to them or not, or whatever the case is, because family, you know? And like the Africa conversation for me is that it's like, regardless of what happens, if we create this projected unity, regardless of whether a Russia or a China or who or that, this is what we're saying. Dude, there's so many countries in Africa. There's so many. Like, to get as individual countries, we don't have that much power. But as a continent, that's a different conversation altogether. Yeah. So we easily saying, yo, France, we do need you to get out of. Yeah. Like we all saying, we need you to get out.
The problem is, we need to send our puppet. And the puppet is Ramaphosa. He's the same guy who approved this new Zimbabwean president, and everyone was like, "You idiot! Do you not read the room?"
No, he doesn't read the room.
He was there at the inauguration.
He gets told what to read.
Yeah, true. It's been an interesting week in the news. Here's another one. This has nothing to do with politics. A gender reveal gone wrong. So this couple is doing their gender reveal party. Some people are just extra. They hired a pilot and a plane. So of course they're gonna really smoke in the air or whatever that thing is that they release. The color is gonna tell the people at the party what the gender is. The smoke thing comes out as pink, so everyone knows it's a girl. The pilot loses control. Whoa. Dies. There's video footage of that.
Yo, that's crazy.
My creative brain wants to be rude and make jokes, but at the same time, it's like, just like, first of all, why do you have so much money to hire a pilot to tell you what the gender of the baby is? Just go to the hospital. Give us the money.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. Damn.
You can see it, like it's in the air and it looks like it hits a tree or something, and then the wings just fall.
Yes.
Like, this man's gone.
Oh, it was like a smaller plane.
Yeah.
Damn. That sucks.
Guys,
like that really does.
When we stop doing stuff for social media, things would be so much better.
Things would be better.
Yeah.
Like so much better, because it's not for the family. It's not, I mean, the child couldn't care, you know, when they are born, when they're 21, they couldn't care that you announced to the world via plane.
Until they turn 20 and they go, you know, when you were born, a pilot died in your name. What?
Imagine.
Died for your sins.
Like, no. Like,
Okay,
we just need to stop. We need to stop.
And then the content is, hi guys. So when I was young, this pilot, I went to go find the family.
Yes, that's what's gonna happen.
Man, but it's what
That's
you
exactly,
say.
it's
content.
exactly,
It's for content. Why are you
man.
doing that? Why are you doing a video? We don't.
They're gonna go. I thought I was gonna give $1 million to the Maui Islands, but this family needs it.
This family needs it.
This family needs it more, even though they're pilots.
But that's what's irritating about social media now, is that, I mean, we've always realized how small a world we live in. right? You meet somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, right?
Yeah.
But now with social media, it's gotten even smaller. Somebody, I think it was last week, said, "I know you." And it was a guy, and I was like, no, you don't. I'm pretty sure you don't know me. And he's like, no. And if, like, my friend said, no, it's probably from, like online or something. He's like, oh, yeah, I watched the podcast. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
That's cool.
Thank you so much for that. But now there's people that just can come into your space and they know you, and now we are family just because we did a TikTok video together or we did something together. Now everybody knows everybody. Like, there isn't that thing of it's TK and his family, it's private, it's his thing. Everybody's in your BS every single day. And like that for me is like, hey man.
We were having this conversation with MZ. He's, obviously in the position that he's in. But he had a conversation with somebody, I just forgot which celebrity. And they spoke about this thing. And the way he explained it was actually very, the most solid explanation I've ever heard. He says, the thing is about social media, that interaction with your favorite celebrity or whatever the case is, it gives you psychologically the impression that you would get with spending time with somebody. So therefore, the moment that they see the person in real life, they feel like they know them. Because we've been interacting on social media. We've been interacting, pretty much. And then he said, now the reason why you get shocked by this, to them, the behavior of, hey, Ellen, hey, yo, what's up? For them, that's normal. And for you, you just like, yo, intro yourself, something, That's because you are not interacting with them at that capacity. You're just putting out, this is us. This is it. This is us sitting here. This is us speaking. This is the cameras. This thing goes out to thousands of people weekly. And they interacting with us. We don't see them. That's the tricky part. So that's why there's a disconnect. And he says, you think that's weird? He thinks you're weird for not reacting the same.
That's really good.
I thought that was I thought it was brilliant.
That's quite accurate.
And so from Z, he adjusted based on that to just be like, okay, so not to have a shock factor, but just to, yo, what's up? Okay, let's do. Who are you? Oh, Ellen. Okay, cool. Ellen, you want to take a picture? All right, cool. Let's take a picture. Yeah. What's up? You want to take a video? All right, let's do a video. TikTok. Man, we can't do a video right now. You know what I'm saying? Because in their world, they interact with you daily. And that thing psychologically is, TK is my guy. Yo, what's good? And then you go, yo, what's up? You're being weird to them. In their world.
But that part I get. You know what I find even weirder is that everybody now is a robot boy, is an AKA, is a Casper, is a everybody. Because in their own world, everybody's got a little something going on.
Gotcha. Yes.
Right? So there isn't a wonder anymore. There isn't the mystery anymore. Everybody is somebody, And I find that that's how people start introducing each other. Because for me, I can't... I'll use robot boy because I was going to say somebody else, but hey, I can't now, even knowing what his name is, now address him by his name. He hasn't been introduced to me that way. He didn't introduce himself to me that way, So I address him the way that I would know him on social media, right? So that's one way. People, if they happen to know that my name is, well, it's not like I've got an alias, but
yes,
if they happen to know what my name would be, then all of a sudden, hey, Ellen, you don't know me like that. There's a certain type of respect in calling your teacher Mrs. Smith, and say, hey, Sally. You don't do that. So it's the same way as that I'm not going to just walk up to somebody and then call you by your full name instead of saying TK because you didn't tell me what your full name. And also, how do you prefer to be known? So there's that thing. And then also, if you go by TK and that's your alias on social media, and you walk into a room, hey, my name is TK. We're like, no, you were born and your parents gave you a proper name. Use that name. When you walk in, now everybody's walking with their alias. There's something there's something beautiful about how, especially Robot Boy is, right? He walks into a room and he becomes very personable, you know? He sees you in that moment. There isn't like, hey guys, my name is Robot Boy and there's no cameras here. We are just seated, you know.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself, sit down, relax. We get you, we appreciate you, Futi, but sit and you know, join us here. Here's your mkomboti, drink, ube sharp. You know, that kind of thing. So this I don't know, man. We hurtling towards a place in time where everybody is just going to be like higher level. There isn't 100%. Going to be mystery anymore, and that sucks.
I mean, to your situation, you should have said, from now on, you'll call me King Ellen. How dare you approach me like I'm a commoner?
Every single day, I get somebody who says deliciousness or whatever. Wow. He addresses me in that way, and I'm like, yes, thank you.
That was weird for me because that happened. We got to wrap this up. We got like 2 minutes. There's one more topic, but like to this in this topic, I found that also weird because when I was in Tanzania the last time. We're out at some club thing, dope club, dope DJs. This guy is sitting in the circle, is like, you guys don't know TK? TK's doing big things. I'm like, no, I'm not. I just talk a lot. That's all. He's like, no, this guy is big. Like, don't do that. We all just regular people. We just like creating art.
Yes. I get that. The individual that comes in and gasses you out the circle.
Yeah. Now everyone just gives you a weird look for the next 2 hours. Like, oh, you've changed the whole dynamic of this.
Very true.
I hate that stuff. Last thing, then we have to close. Diddy.
My guy.
Your guy still?
What did my guy do?
So Diddy decided to give publishing rights back to the artists. Mary J. Blige is not on the list, by the way. Obviously, because Mary J. Blige's music's still streaming. He gave back the music that has no value. The journalist should have written it exactly like that. He gave back publishing rights to people who no longer matter. Say it like that. Say it straight. Faith Evans, Mace, no one's playing the music anymore. So of course I'll give it back to you. Now they're trying to make it sound honorable because by law you can own someone's publishing rights for 35 years. He gave it back 5 years earlier. There's no worth. You've exhausted it. That made me so mad. There's like no one should be honoring that. That's and I mean someone said in the comments on my Twitter said, yeah, but that's no one becomes a billionaire by being ethical. Like, okay, cool. But it's sad when you see it's sad when you see black creatives do that to black creatives. I mean Jay-Z did it to Kanye West, we know that.
My money's my money.
You understand?
My money's my money.
Yeah, I had his dog. I can see. I'm sorry, my brother.
I don't know why that made me so bad. I was like,
the people that are complaining aren't the people that have the money. Because if it was people with the same amount of money on the same level as him, different story. But now it's the plebs, down there that are busy saying, yeah, but that's not right. Yeah, it isn't right, but...
Listen, no one's singing Breathe, Stretch, Shake, Let It Roll. Great. But you should have given it to him when we were all singing that song.
No, then how is he going to become a billionaire?
You don't have to be a billionaire. For what? For whose benefit?
For his benefit.
For his.
TK, and his family. And
Talk to us when you're on that level.
And he's 7 kids, TK. He's got 7 kids. Do you have 7 kids? No, you don't.
No,
He's got 7 kids.
Do you have that money? No, you don't.
That's very un-African.
He's not African.
He ain't African.
He ain't. Yes, he knows about the motherland, but he ain't African. Yeah, look, I mean, I wasn't surprised, dog. There's so much, and you know, like I follow all the guys' moves and stuff like that. More than half is not ethical, bro. There's some consistent stuff that he does that's hella questionable. You know, but you kind of also don't want to. Is that thing, the balance between when we speak about South Africa and whatever the case is, you kind of want to balance and not kind of speak about or speak out Africa out the conversation, I guess, if I could say it like that. Like now you're speaking about like black entrepreneurs and they do da-da-da-da, when by actual fact, even the white guys have been doing the same thing, if not worse, right? So it's kind of why we don't really talk about it like that. Not that it's right. No.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We have reached the top of whatever hour you're watching this at. lesson in this episode: don't have sex at parks.
Wow.
Or Evanses. Calvin, take us home.
Damn. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. This has been another episode. Thank you very much for your consistency in supporting us. Thank you. Please continue to like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms. No, not all. I did lie. We're not on all. What are we on? Instagram?
Just Instagram.
Yeah, we're on Instagram. We like Instagram. Follow us on Instagram as well. And do click the notification button so that you can get the episodes when they come up for all shows on the platform as well. But yeah, thank you very much. Like TK said, whatever he said, take that advice or don't take it.
It's spring day, wear condoms.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't wear condoms. Wear condoms, guys. Don't listen to these people. Bye.
So good.
All right, this has been Before You Weekend, where we talk about the week before it ends. One time.